Most of us at one time or another have heard the verse in Matthew 6 where Jesus said, "For where your treasure is, that's where your heart is." In other words, wherever you're investing your life, that's really an overflow of your heart. So if you want to know where your heart is, just look at your calendar, look at your checkbook. If you look at your checkbook, you look at your calendar, that'll tell you where your heart is. So it sort of works both ways. The principle there is our lives will follow the condition of our hearts. So most of us have heard that before and are pretty familiar with it. But there's another verse that says something kind of similar in the Old Testament book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 32. David said, "I will run in the way of your commands when you enlarge my heart." It's a pretty cool word picture. And David's saying to God, a prayer to him is that God change what's going on inside, change how I function, change how I think, and make my heart bigger so that I have a larger capacity to follow you, to know you, to obey you. Because when that happens, the natural byproduct of that will be we will run hard in the way of his commands. So one of the things that we can pray for is that God would change our hearts, that he would enlarge our hearts, enlarge our capacity to know him, enlarge our capacities to love him, that he would change us in such a way that the fruit of that would be lives lived completely surrendered to the lordship of Jesus. So for me, when I read Psalm 119:32, David saying, I will run the way of your commands when you enlarge my heart, to me, I'm just thinking, what a cool thing for us to yearn for, what a cool thing for us to long for, and what an amazing thing really for us to pray for and for God to respond to. Because what that would look like in practical application is God changes our hearts, and then we live lives passionately obedient to Jesus. And when it all comes down to it, what else really is there?